Okay. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. Hope you're feeling incredible. Appreciate that, Tammy. Um, Hope everybody feels phenomenal this beautiful morning. Make sure you share this with an entrepreneur. Give us a replay, gang, if you're watching a replay. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a self esteem development fanatic, starting with my own. I'm a revenue acceleration expert. Our whole goal here is to help you go further, faster, with less effort as it relates to your business. We want to give you an extra digit. We want to move you a little bit uh, closer to your dreams. If you're making four figures a year with your business, we want to get you to five. If you're making five figures a year with your business, we want to get you to six. If you're making six figures a year in your business, we're gonna get you to seven. And everybody should be a millionaire, right? Like a millionaire ain't the finish line, but it's a decent start. Am I right? Can I get a witness? So share this with another entrepreneur. Your business is worth a lot more than you think, and we want to help you get there. So every Monday we teach you mindset. Every Tuesday we teach you sales tips. Every Wednesday we go into marketing, right? How to attract rather than have to chase your customers. On Thursday, we always deal with leadership. And then on Friday, it's always free coaching Friday. Some of you are like, where does he get the questions? Where does he get the questions? The questions come from the newsletter. If you haven't joined a newsletter yet, then go right there, millionaireminded.com, put your name and your email in the box. And just like that, you're enrolled in the world's best newsletter for entrepreneurs. Um, this morning, what I want to ask you real quick while we're warming up, y'all, and good morning. Glad everybody made it in. Glad everybody's making it in. Little by little, y'all are pouring in. Good. I wanted to ask you, what do you think is the most powerful thing for your prospect's mind? Deshaun making it in this morning. That's what I'm talking about, girl. Glad to see you. Hope text Oscar and tell him to get on here, Deshaun. Kim, what's up? Taisha, Miss Mandy. I got a question for y'all this morning. Daryl, Yahura, Naire. I got a question for you this morning, right? What I want to ask you, Mark, and we'll let. Yeah, what's up, Darnisha? Glad you made it in. Glad you made it in, Kay. I want to ask you, what's more powerful in our prospects' minds? I need to know this. Um, would you say that it's problems? Would you say it's the survival program? Would you say it's stories? Would you say it's curiosity? Which of those four would you say are the most powerful in your prospect's mind? Would it be stories, problems, the survival program, or curiosity? Stories, problems, the survival. Let me put all of those on the screen. Which of these do you think is the most powerful? Let me get y'all's attention on this real quick. Which one of these four do you think is the most powerful in your prospect's mind? Which of these four do you think is the most powerful in your prospect's mind? Would it be stories? Would it be problems? Would it be curiosity? Or would it be survival? Which one, y'all? Let me see your guesses. Let me see your guesses. I see a lot of stories. Darnisha, Daryl, Samaya, they all said stories. Willette went with problems. Anybody else want to try? Chanel went with stories. Mark went with problems. Taisha went with stories. What you think, Gia? Which one of those you think is the most uh, powerful in your prospect's mind? I'm very curious to see what you think. Miss Mandy said problems. Kay said problems. All right, let's run through this real quick. So check it out. Survival would probably be number one on the list because, hey, if you die, it's all over, right? Nothing even matters at that point, right? But yeah, I would say right after that, problems would be number one because if you don't have problems, then you don't have a business, right? Like we know entrepreneurs only exist to solve problems. So that's probably number one for us as entrepreneurs. Stories are an incredible way to communicate. It's what separates us humans from the rest of the other species, right? We can tell stories. We can project into the future, right? And then the curiosity thing is really good too when you got a great hook and all of that. You notice what wasn't up there, y'all? You notice what what wasn't up there is facts about the company. You notice that? Facts about the product or the service. Facts. Facts tell, but stories sell. We all know that one, right? So I just wanted to throw that out there. You see all these different choices: curiosity, survival programs, stories, right? Problems. We naming all of this stuff, but what we never said is the facts. We never said some brochure and all of that. So I just wanted you to think about that a little bit, because stories are the top level of communication. We're going to do a real deep dive into stories. If you would be with that, if you want to see the Kaizen Academy go into stories, if you want to see me do like a master class on the different types of stories, et cetera, so forth, then put some fire emojis in the comments. I feel as though that is one of the most powerful things that most of us don't know how to do. And the only thing separating you from where you want to be is something you don't know. And I believe that it would help you if you knew how to do stories. All right. I got 5 minutes after 8:30. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. It's free coaching Friday, Fiveday. It's free coaching Fiveday, Friday. So we take the top 5 questions that y'all sent in. We're normally pulling them from the newsletter. So if you haven't joined the newsletter, this is your sign. Go to millionaireminded.com, put your name and your email in a box where it says World's Best Newsletter. And we off to the races. All right, here we go. Number 1. First question that we got this week for you is somebody asked, how do I find more sources of people who sell to my potential prospects? That's somebody who's millionaire minded right there. One of the millionaire minded concepts is that instead of me wasting all my time on the end user of my product, why don't I put this same amount of energy into somebody who has lists of my end user, right? So that's what you can do. That's what you can do. You want to find people that have lists of your end user. Like somebody write this in the comments. Let me make sure you're with me. Who sells to my prospects? Who sells or delivers to my prospects? Like if I'm going to all of my prospects and I ask them, why don't they have the money? And they say, oh, because I order Uber Eats. I get Mexican food, 3 times a day. I might need to go to some Uber Eats drivers. You got me? I mean, think about it. If all I sell to is truck drivers, I offer business credit and all I do is sell to truck drivers. What I need to do is find a truck driving school. I need to find a dispatch center that works with nothing but truckers, right? I mean, I need to find different business owners that work in the logistics space, and they'll constantly have pre-sold leads for me that they'll send. Car salesmen, right? They'll be able to pre-qualify leads and then bring them to me. Am I right? Public speaking teachers that deal with self-improvement. They're able to look through all of their students, figure out the ones that fit the bill, pre-sell them, and then send them to me. I hope I'm making sense to somebody out there. So that's what I would do. That's what I would do if somebody was asking me, hey, how do I find more sources of people who sell to my prospective clients? I think that's a powerful question. That shows that somebody even gets how business works. Somebody's even getting how to do business on a completely different level. I like that. I like that you ain't focused on just selling to your customer. You're focused on selling to somebody who sees your customer before you do. Think about it, y'all. Any business solves problems, but every time they solve a problem, they create a problem. I remember when they first invented the automobile. Not I remember, but I remember this story about when they first invented the automobile, because there's a difference. But I remember this story about when they first invented the automobile, how they kept noticing people would pull off the lot and then pull over to the side and tape this thing to the side of the car. Turned out it was something called a mirror. They would tape a side view mirror. And then it's just like, all right, we need to include that in our next version of this car, right? Listen to me. Every time you solve a problem, you're creating another one. Like if I'm a personal trainer and I got you working out, I'm solving a problem with your health, but I'm creating a problem with your hair, right, ladies? Right? So just something to think about. All right, here's number two. Here's number two. If you're ready for number two, give me a number two and a share. Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? Give me a number two and a share. Y'all still with me? My man Nigel made it in. Let's go. Let's go. Give me a number two and a share if y'all are still with me. Y'all ready for question number two? Guess we going kind of slow. Let me hurry this up. What should I do when my prospect won't talk? How can I get my prospect to talk? I know this is a good prospect, but they won't talk. Tell us how you really feel. All right, all right, all right. So my answer to that, millionaire, is talk about something they love. That's when they're gonna open up, right? I don't care if you're talking about a summer person. Well, you ain't never gonna have a problem with a summer personality talking. Let's be honest. Spring personality. I don't care if they're a winter. I don't even care if they're a fall personality. Even fall. Like I don't care what kind of mood I'm in. I might be in the kind of mood where maybe I don't want to talk about my personal problems, but if you come to my Facebook page, you see the banner up at the top, you see the story, that's my profile picture, you're going to get the impression I'm into personal development. So if you come to me and start talking about personal development, you're going to get me excited. You're going to see my pupils dilate. You're going to see my tonality go up. You're going to see I'm into this. So check their social media, man. If you go to their pictures and you see 500 pictures of them and their dog, now you know what questions to ask automatically to get them talking. You know how to get them excited. It's a lot easier to run a business in this day and age when you're talking about having social media and your ability to do due diligence to get a feel for who this person is before you even approach them. It's made it so much easier, right? We don't have to respond right away. We can take some responsibility and respond the right way. Is that a fact? Am I making sense? If that made sense, somebody give me a number three. Give me a number three. Don't forget, we do 5 of them every Friday. 5 of them every Friday. What's up, Nicole? Glad you made it in this morning, Queen. Let's go. Let's go. You appreciate that, Michelle. Anybody else ready? All right, Darnisha's ready. Let's go, Miss Clay. All right, Kay. All right, let's go. Give me a number 3 and a share. Valerie, Sierra, send this to another entrepreneur that needs this kind of magic, that needs this kind of understanding, right, Taisha? All right. This remind me of the kind of question Taisha would ask. Yeah, Samaya, appreciate that. Glad you keeping up. Glad you keeping up. Let's go. Let's get those number 3s coming in and a share. What's up, Ashley? Did I speak to you already this morning, girl? What's up? Glad you made it in. Glad you made it in. All right, y'all. All right, let's go. So number 3, somebody asked, why won't my team take learning skills seriously? I always invite them to your morning call. They don't show up. Don't trip. Don't trip. This is what you got to understand, y'all. Remember earlier we talked about stories and how we as humans, that's one of the things that separates us as a species. We can look into the future. Other species can't do that. And here's the thing. Most humans don't do that. A lot of other species can't do it. Most humans don't do it, right? We think we're thinking, and really we're just playing recordings. Can I get a witness? Right? We got programs running in our head, right? So why don't they want to learn skills right now? Let's put it like this. Imagine you'll come along, you'll plant a seed. Why y'all ain't tell me this newsletter banner was up this whole time? I hope y'all join in the newsletter if I kept it up that long. But check it out. Here's why they don't want to learn skills, right? Tell me what happens, right? We plant a seed, we attend to it with water, we cover it with soil, right? And the next day we see nothing. We see absolutely nothing, right? It's the same way with your team. They've been in a business a couple of days, they got no tangible results, right? Think about this. Think about this. If you're sitting next to a hot stove, right? And then you put your hand on that stove and burn yourself to the bone, you know what happens next? Next time you're around a stove, you're going to take it serious based on your past experience, right? Well, it's the same thing with your team. You got to understand, they can't take it serious because They've seen no results. They got no tangible results the next day. They got no tangible results 3 and 4 days later. They don't got no tangible results sometimes a week later, 2 weeks later, right? They still don't have a check. They still don't have nobody to talk to. They still scared. Stop me when I tell a lie, y'all. Stop me when I tell a lie. So why won't they take it seriously, millionaire? You haven't taken them into the future. You haven't projected them into the future and let them see what could happen. So somebody say word pictures in the comments. Word pictures. Word pictures. Let's go. Word pictures, Miss Kim. Word pictures, Miss Mandy. Somebody give it to me if you're with me. Word pictures. You got to learn to talk in word pictures. You got to put stuff in their brain, right? So check it out. Write this in your comments. When you join our business, comma, here's what happens. When you use our product, comma, here's what happens. When you use our service, comma, here's what happens. That takes them in the future. That tells them a story, right? It's a very powerful technique. It's amazing for getting rid of procrastination because you're taking them into the future. You're projecting them into the future. Am I making sense to somebody out there? And if I want to make it better, the two different words that'll help you make it even better. Somebody give me this in the comments. From and to, T-O. From, F-R-O-M, and to. You know, remind them where they are. That's the from part, right? Remind them where they're going. That's the to part, right? Tell them where they're going. That's to. Remind them where they are. That's from. From and to and from. You know, if I come up to you, Valerie, and I'm like, yo, you know, we offer weekly paychecks with our team. If I come up to you and say that, Taisha, you know, I'm like, yeah, you know, with our team, you get paid every week. That's a nice benefit. That's a nice benefit, right? But we ain't doing much with the from and the to in that example. So what we can do is we can rephrase that. We can say every Friday that we don't get a paycheck, we got to stay in the house that weekend. We staying in the house, right? But when you join our business, you get a paycheck every Friday, and every weekend is a holiday. You got me? I started with the from, and then I moved it to the to. We started with where they are, and then we tell them where they're going. You got me? I hope that was helpful. I hope that was helpful. If y'all are still with me, give me a number 4. Hopefully you're getting some good stuff to write in your power book. Hopefully you have a section in your power book that's full of free coaching Friday. Just different questions and answers. This will allow you to train your team later. This will allow you to train your staff. If you're ready for number 4, give me a number 4. Let's go. Let's go. If you haven't joined the Kaizen Academy, consider this your sign. Consider this your special invite. You know, get involved in a it's less than $1.50 a day, man. The biggest package we got is, you know, right around $3 a day. Come on now. At $1.50 a day, that means you're paying less than what, like $20 a class? All right. Number four. What is your favorite personality type to talk to and why? That was another good question. What's your favorite personality type to talk to and why? And why? So first of all, here's a training on personality types. I just now threw I like that, Kim. With our team, I was never able to travel, but now we travel the world at no cost to me, you know. Um, Traveling is so expensive, but with our team, I was able to earn a free cruise out the country like that. Like that. That was real good, Kim. That was real good. You see how I just tweaked it for you? You'll be able to go back and rewind it. Don't trip. So, what is your favorite personality to talk to and why? Check this out, y'all. The one that's interested. Somebody give me that in the comments. The one that's interested. The one that's interested. Yeah, some are gonna love to talk. I get that, but they also ain't gonna have that good of an attention span. You see, each one of them's gonna have pros and cons. So the one I'm most interested in talking to is the one that's interested. Yeah, the one that's interested, Miss Clay. The one that's interested. Spring is going to be passionate about helping people. That's a fact. I know summer wants to have fun. I know winter wants to dominate, right? They're real self motivated. Even fall. Fall, it might take them a little bit longer. Fall personalities are the only ones who, when they say, let me think about it, they mean it. So don't be pressuring them. They need to dot their I's and cross their T's until it makes sense to them. You can't be putting pressure on a fall personality. But here's what I want you to understand. If you will explain it to a fall, if you ask me, how do you motivate a fall, right? How do you motivate a fall? What you need to do is kind of like because this is the thing about a fall personality. It might take them a while to get busy, but check this out. After they end, they end. After they end, they end. I hope I'm making sense to somebody. All right. Last one I got for you this morning. Somebody asked, hey, what podcast episode of Good Morning Millionaire is the best one to start with? I just now threw you one on personality types. That ain't a bad one. If you need this training on personality types and you're somewhere where it's not showing up in the timeline where I just now threw it there, inbox me and say, send me the personality types training. Somebody inbox me personality types and I'll send you the training. But somebody asked me which episode of Good Morning Millionaire is best, which one would be best to have somebody listen to. My answer to that is, what would you like to learn next? What would you like to learn next? That's my same answer for the Kaizen Academy. I always start you off with the revenue acceleration course. I always start you off with the course on habits so that you understand the power of habits and you understand all these opportunities you have every day to create new habits. In that habits class, we talk about cold triggers and hot triggers. Cold trigger is something that happens to you passively. Hot trigger is something you do. So like a cold trigger might be every time you hit a red light. You might call that a cold trigger because you can't stop yourself from hitting a red light. So what if you use that red light to say, it's time for me to make a phone call? Instead of a drinking game, you turn life into a thinking game. You turn life into an earning money game. You got what I mean? So every time you every time you pass a billboard, it triggers me to make a phone call for my business. But a hot trigger might be something like you brushing your teeth. You have to get up and brush your teeth. So maybe every morning when you brush your teeth, you're listening to Good Morning Millionaire. You find an episode that really resonates with you. An episode where we're covering something that you need more of. Do you need more sales tips? Do you need more marketing to attract better clients? Do you need more leadership to take care of your team? Do you need more mindset to raise your belief level? What do you need? What is it that you want to learn next? See, this is the thing. You should turn on your notifications, y'all. There's a lot of good stuff out there, but the reason why we suggest you meet with us every morning is that you can do it consistently. If you just get one new skill a week, at the end of a year, you're going to have 52 new skills. How long can not having that much advice, how long can having that many new skills not affect your financial position? Come on now. That's the best advice I got for you, is do something consistently, right? I ain't talking about just personal development. I'm saying do something consistently in your business. I dare you, right? One a day, two a day. What is it that you can do consistently? Talking to people, right? Maybe you're talking about reading a book. I mean, some people do 10 pages a day. Some people do a chapter a day. Some people do 10 minutes a day. Some people do a page a day. Pick a number that works for you. Some of y'all gonna jump out there when you're rookies and when you're rookie minded, and you're gonna say, I'm gonna talk to 10 new people a day about my business. And I hear you, right? But that ain't sustainable. Maybe in the beginning you'll be able to do that, but eventually you're gonna burn out. Pick a number that really works for you. I know we love talking about skills because, like I always tell you, skills build self-esteem, right? Skills build self esteem. It's competence that gives you accomplishments, that gives you confidence. Skills build self esteem. But check it out. It ain't like for you to do this, it's some crazy formula to get into space. It's not like some kind of rocket science. You got me? All you're doing is real simple tasks day in and day out. It ain't that mind blowing. This ain't stuff that takes you years to master. Can I get a witness? Every leader you talk to, yeah, I did this. Then I went out there and helped people. Then that began to grow. Then I made some mistakes. Then I got better, right? Every single leader you talk to, real simple actions with constant, persevering consistency, right? And then what happens with the consistency is you start to have more positive outcomes. You start to have more positive feedback. You start to have more positive people around you smiling and stuff, right? To build this business, you got to talk to 10 people a day. Nah, that's not true. To build a business, you need to be consistent with income producing activity. You're not going to be able to talk to 10 people a day, 365 days straight. Like, stop the madness. So pick a number that lets you form a habit, and your whole life is going to change. Was this a good free coaching Friday, y'all? Y'all got something out of this? Scale of 1 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10. With 10 meaning you really got something that you're going to use out this thing. All right, y'all. It's affirmation time. Let's get it. It's affirmation time. Let's go. Calling on the number right now. If you haven't joined me on Instagram yet, you may want to do that because starting next week, we're going to do the affirmations on Instagram live as well. Mr. Haziq Ali is my Instagram. Come check your boy out. All right, y'all, repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. I am so happy and grateful. That's how we always start off. I am. Two most powerful yet shortest words in the whole English language. I am. I am. Y'all ready? All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. Let's get it. I am so happy and grateful.